Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you and yours. Today I'm sharing my journey of saving and investing my first $10,000. Before you is $10,000 in precious metals, mostly silver. It's starting to sink in how far I have come. You see, I'd never been great at saving money. Every time I try, it just disappears faster than my New Year's resolutions. But silver? That's the vehicle that's finally letting me save real money. The kind that's tangible and holds its value. As I've come to learn, silver provides me with my dopamine hit from shopping. I like to collect, and silver is like a fun hobby. I learn a lot about history and money. For me, it's the perfect bank account. Jim Rohn once said, "Set a goal to become a millionaire, not for the money, but for what it will make of you to achieve it." I will say the same thing about setting a goal to save/invest $10,000. Set the goal for the person you have to become to obtain it. The first 10,000 may be the most transformative, as this is where you form your mindset and discipline, creating new habits. I feel like I'm coming out of the dark. I'm a degenerate Gen Xer rebuilding my life from the ground up. It wasn't that many years ago that I walked out of rehab with just the shirt on my back. Now I work retail part-time, and what I'm getting at is anyone can do what I'm doing, which is acquire 10,000 in liquid assets. For me, that's one hell of a milestone and accomplishment. For many of the precious metal stackers, 10,000 might be nothing. A quick trip to the local coin store on their lunch break. To others, and the ones like me, it's a lot. If you have $1,000 in savings, you are above the average, as most people can't handle a $1,000 emergency without going into debt. Hopefully this inspires someone out there to keep going, especially if you're turning your life around like I am. Stick around as I break it down, and if this resonates, hit that like button and subscribe for more. At my age, I may never become a millionaire, but I can become a thousandaire. My goal is 100,000 liquid. The first transformation was my relationship with money and how I felt about it. We are not taught about money. I believe so we can be better consumers. One quote I see misinterpreted is, "Money is the root of all evil," when actually it's the love of money is the root of all evil. Money is just a tool. Add slogans like "Eat the Rich" to the mix. These underlying beliefs gave me the wrong opinion of money and people who had it. I had to change the way I thought. Also, switch between a scarcity mindset to an abundant mindset. Switch from a victim mentality to a conquering mentality. Free your mind, your ass will follow. If you pay attention to the Bible, God's people were often wealthy and influential. I educated myself by reading the right books like The Richest Man in Babylon, free on YouTube in audiobook form. Before you is 10,000 in precious metals, silver, gold, and platinum. Each ounce has a story and a sacrifice behind it. Silver is my vehicle of choice, and at all-time highs, it may not be your choice, nor do I recommend it. I'm no financial advisor. I'm the warning, not the example. You may choose another vehicle you're comfortable with, like an index fund. The takeaway is live below your means and pay yourself first, avoid bad debt, and invest long-term, letting time and patience do the work. Don't have money to invest? Invest in your education. It will pay dividends. I'm confident if I was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles, or hit the lottery with what I know now, I would not go broke, but grow that money. What is the difference between these two quarters? One has intrinsic value and one is a promise. One is worth 25 cents, the other is worth $10 in silver value. One is silver, the other is clad. When you understand the difference, you begin to understand money. I changed my limiting beliefs, educated myself. I save 10% of all I make and invest it wisely, allowing for time and patience to do the heavy work. I follow the laws of gold from the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, and as a result, my life is changing for the better. I was in the grocery store the other day and it hit me. I'm no longer in survival mode, but in abundance mode. Up till now, I used to shop in survival mode, not getting what I wanted, but what I could afford and stretch. This day, I was buying hamburger to meal prep some meatloaf. I went to grab 2 pounds of organic hamburger, and they were out of single packs and only had the 3 packs. I didn't even think about it. The extra cost as an extra pound of organic beef is around $7. I just threw it in the cart and thought I would just freeze the extra pound. I'm in the abundance mindset now. I buy what I want, not what I can afford. The $7 extra didn't throw a monkey wrench into my budget. Another example, my hours were cut at work, as usual for this time of year. I now enjoy the time off. I have coworkers who, without overtime, can't pay their bills, and they're stressed out this time of year. For me, accumulating wealth is about freedom. Buying my freedom 1 ounce at a time or one small, consistent investment at a time. I invest in my 401k now. I invest in company stock. They match some, and I put $25 every pay period automatically withdrawn from my checking account. I don't miss it, and it's turning into a nice sum of money. I invest in Bitcoin and precious metals. You could say silver is a gateway investment. I have options now and on the lookout for opportunities and preparing for those opportunities if I run across them. I don't stress over losing my job. I have 8 months living expenses in liquid assets. I can buy a solid used vehicle with cash and use that to make money with gig work or maybe start a business as a pilot car operator. The cars with warning signs and lights behind those oversized loads you see on the expressway. If I get a LLC, I have access to tax breaks and so on. I never could have imagined starting a business 2 years ago, but today I see a path. I could buy a good used car, cash, do gig work on the side, replace the money, essentially giving myself a loan and paying myself the interest, being my own bank. I would like to try reselling on eBay. I enjoy yard sales, estate sales, flea markets, and thrift stores. Opportunities are opening up for me I never imagined. Looking at this stack of silver and a few gold flakes, I remember starting the journey with my first 4 ounces. Being consistent over time, it is amazing what you can accumulate or accomplish. Little by little, the inch is easy, the yard is hard. This stack was built with good decisions. We should not want to eat the rich, but be more like them. Think more like them. Learning to make money while I sleep is one of my greatest accomplishments. I was on a slow suicide, but today I want to live. I'm more generous. Seems like giving freely is one of the ingredients to making this thing work. I find that since I've become a better steward of money, it now seems attracted to me. Set the goal, save/invest $10,000. It will transform your life. And as I said, if I can do it, you can do it as well. Warren Buffett's famous quote is, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die," emphasizing the need for passive income and investments to achieve financial freedom, rather than relying solely on active wages, which allows your money to build wealth for you even when you're not working. Henry Ford said it is well enough that people of the nation do not understand our banking and monetary system. For if they did, I believe there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning. It is up to us to learn what they did not teach us. Keep learning and keep stacking, whether it is ounces, satoshis, or ETFs. Be well, my friends, and have a Merry Christmas. And I'll see you in the next one.